Hey animal enthusiasts and pet hobbyists, it's Joel here, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can set up a naturalistic desert rock background using one of my favorite products, excavator clay. Let's get into it. So the materials I'm going to be using today is a 10-gallon tank, obviously the excavator clay. This is by Zoomed. I'm going to also use some sand, some desert sand, and then a bunch of different rocks just for some more decorations. The first thing I'm going to do is just soak a little bit of rubbing alcohol onto a paper towel. Then I'm going to wipe down the glass surface that I plan on putting the rock background on. This is going to remove any residues and make it easier to stick onto the glass. Once it's been wiped down, I'm going to flip the tank so that the surface I plan on putting the rock background on is flat on the bottom. You can also do some more wipe downs this way. Next, it's time to mix our excavator clay. It's fairly easy to mix, but for our purpose, it's okay if we over soak it just because it's going to be laying flat and it's going to have to spread out eventually onto the glass surface. Once it's been soaked up, you can then just start adding it to the tank. Because it's so high in water content, it's very easy to just spread it across the glass surface. I personally like to use gloves for this. It's important to note that excavator clay may also stain clothing, so you should wear proper protective equipment. You can also lay out decorations that you plan on putting on the background. You should put heavier objects such as larger rocks at the bottom of the tank, since the excavator clay will likely not support its weight. Here is just a time lapse of me spreading out the excavator clay. It should be spread out throughout the entire surface of the glass. And any object should be placed on top of it so that gravity will force the weight onto it as it dries. Here I am just placing a few smaller rocks. Smaller rocks and pebbles can go higher up since their lighter weight allows them to be secured in the excavator clay. To remove any unwanted hand textures formed by spreading it out, I like to just move it by creating side-to-side motions. You can also just add more sand to add more texture, and this will help it dry a little bit quicker. So this is what it looks like from the front while still wet, and we're just going to leave it in this position for around 24 hours for it to dry. Here I am just leaving it in the sun so the water can evaporate quicker. Once it's around 80% dry, you can lift it up just to make sure that all the rocks are supported. Then you can add your substrate. Here I'm adding some desert sand. Here are some more desert rocks that'll look great as decorations. Then I like to add a few wooden hides for animals to hide under. To get rid of those little residues, it really is simple. All you need to do is just use a little wet napkin or wet wipe and just wipe it down, and the water will cause it to get removed. Just like that. I'm gonna add this little wood piece, and I'm also going to add this little desert shrub, probably in this little corner right there. So this is what it ends up looking like. See from over here. It'll look better when we put it under the light, but now once you get all your decorations done, you can just put on the lid and the light, and we'll see what that looks like. So this is what it ends up looking like, and I think it turned out pretty nice. And once it's all set, you can then put whatever animals you were looking to put into here. So I added two little common side blotched lizards, which are commonly found in deserts and in rocky areas, and they're definitely going to find a lot of benefits to having this rock background. So here I'm just going to feed them a few baby crickets. As you can see, it allows them to exhibit their natural behavior by climbing and chasing after prey. It also allows them to get closer to the basking bulbs for maximum UVA and UVB absorption. And lastly, it creates a thermal gradient so that they can move wherever they feel comfortable with the temperature. So yeah guys, that is essentially how you build a desert rock background using excavator clay. If you liked this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and comment if you want to see more, and stay tuned for future projects where I'll be using things like spray on foam. Once again, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.